Paying for people to live somewhere else. It's legal, and it's what nearly 1 out of every 10 people receiving housing assistance from Brown County is doing in another county, maybe another state. Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars intended for people living in Brown County. Tonight, Fox 11's on special assignment. Robert Hornacek uncovering why Brown County, for example, is picking up the tab for people to live somewhere else.
Rosemarie Doucette is one of the nearly 3,000 households receiving taxpayer-funded housing benefits from the Brown County Housing Authority. But she doesn't live in Brown County. She lives in Milwaukee County.
They said I could even go to Puerto Rico. Not that I wanted to go, but I was surprised that I could go to Alaska or wherever I wanted to go.
In April, the Brown County Housing Authority made 268 housing assistance payments for people outside of Brown County. 132 of them were in Minneapolis-St. Paul, 27 in Virginia, 19 in Seattle, 8 in Chicago. One payment was made for a person living in Orlando, Florida. Another was for someone living in Puerto Rico. As a comparison, there are only about 20 households in Brown County receiving federal housing assistance from another city. Doucette lived in Green Bay for 20 years and started receiving housing assistance in 2011 after she had a stroke. In August of 2012, she moved to the Milwaukee area to be closer to her daughter. What Doucette didn't realize is that even though she left Brown County, the Brown County Housing Authority is still paying for her housing assistance.
Does it make sense to you that Brown County has to pay for your housing even though you're in Milwaukee County?
Are they paying for it now?
Well, that you're still considered under the Brown County program, that it's not under the Milwaukee County program yet.
Oh. Well, thank you. I don't know what to say. I didn't know they were paying it. I thought it transferred to Milwaukee, and that was that.
Since the housing program is run by the federal government, people on it can move, but when they do, the housing authority where they first received assistance has to keep paying that assistance until the housing authority in the person's new city absorbs that recipient into its own program.
Could you see why some people in a place like Brown County would have an issue with that then?
Right. They don't want to be paying for all these people out of town.
Patrick Leifker oversees the housing program for Integrated Community Solutions.
How long does Brown County have to pay for that person's voucher when they move away?
It could be indefinitely.
Brown County is actually still making housing payments for one person who moved away in 2010.
We're being taken advantage of.
County Supervisor Andy Nicholson sits on the Brown County Housing Authority.
Basically drains our services to help the people in Brown County that stay in Brown County.
It's not just that the Brown County Housing Authority has to continue paying for people who move away. The Housing Authority also ends up paying more for those people because of the higher cost of living in other cities. The average housing assistance payment for a unit in Brown County is $346 a month. The average payment Brown County makes for a unit outside the area is more than double that. Robin Hallett is the Brown County Housing Administrator.
Is that fair?
It's unjust to the initial housing authority because that means there's fewer families who can use a voucher here.
In order to receive the federal housing assistance from the Brown County Housing Authority, a person must prove they're a Brown County resident. To do that, they must show a state-issued ID with a Brown County address and 2 pieces of documentation like utility bills. But once a person is on the program, they can take it anywhere.
Are there people who are moving to Brown County specifically to establish residency so they can get on the waiting list to get housing in 6 to 12 months with the intent to just leave right away?
It's possible. From our indication, it looks like there's been opportunities for that.
Leifker says the majority of the people on housing assistance who leave Brown County leave right away.
As soon as they come on the program and we verify Brown County residency, that's when they have requested their assistance be ported to another housing authority.
Is there anything that can be done to stop them from leaving right away when they get that voucher?
As of right now, as long as they've proven residency, unfortunately, no.
A lot of people would automatically think, well, an easy solution to that is say they have to live here for a year or 2 years before they can be considered a resident. But HUD specifically says you cannot place a time limit on that.
Even people who benefit from the program, like Rosemarie Doucette, think changes are needed.
I think that they should have some restrictions, or, you know, the people should have a good reason to be moving.
The Brown County Housing Authority contacted Congressman Reed Ribble's office to try to make some changes to the program.
How likely is it that something will happen to fix this problem?
Well, it's more likely now because it's been brought more to my attention.
Ribble says he'll be working on the issue with his colleague from Wisconsin, Congressman Sean Duffy. Duffy sits on the Financial Services Committee, which oversees the housing program. Ribble says he hopes the two can come up with some legislation to fix the problems in the housing program. We'll be sure to follow the issue and let you know if any progress is made. For Fox 11 on special assignment, I'm Robert Hornacek.
The full list of the nearly 24 places where people live who are receiving Brown County housing assistance is in Robert's story in the On Assignment section of fox11online.com.